Good morning, world. It's a very beautiful day. Not so exciting on this part, but hey, we have to do the job, and of course, the show must go on. And the only reason why it's not so exciting is because of the imminent fear of the unknown and everyone being afraid at the moment of coronavirus, of course, the COVID-19. But here we are to tell you that fear will not solve anything. Prevention and at the same time precaution solves everything. It is a time for us to look out for ourselves and look out for each other and do not spread fear. All we can do is to manage ourselves and manage the situation and hope for the better. We have to stay positive. With that being said, it's about time for the longest running independent sports show on Nigerian television. We'll go for a quick breather, and when we return, the gentlemen are in the studios, and maybe it's looking that time for a repeat of a repeat of a repeat. You find out what I mean right after this break. And we are back. So yes, we've played it again and played it again and played it again. Okbelawa makes a return to the studio. Good morning, Okbelawa.
Yeah, good morning, Jide. Good morning, everyone at home. Yeah, it's a very interesting time for us as a nation, as a people. But I think the best thing that could ever happen to us is to look out for each other. The fear is there, to be very honest, but we can always do better.
Absolutely.
Let's not spread false rumor. Anything we don't know about, let's just keep it simple. Do the normal precaution, the washing of hands, the quarantine if you have symptoms of it, social self isolation, and every other thing will be fine, hopefully.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we have to keep our hopes up and our optimism right up there. We're going to beat this coronavirus, trust me when I say so. Abdari makes a return to the show. How are you?
Great. Lots of things, particularly during the week. And also when you consider the numbers at the moment, you want to say we need to look out for one another. And also more importantly, avoid crowd, avoid numbers. You don't need to have it before you start isolating yourselves. Do enough to care for yourself and everyone around you.
All right, well, yeah, I mean, it's a tough show. It's a tough time to come out. But again, we all have to, like I said, the show must go on and we do our best to look out for each other. And very importantly, we want to start, I mean, it's going to be difficult for us to talk about anything, any story at all without adding a bit of coronavirus update here and there. And of course, former Super Eagles captain, Mikel Obi, has come out to say, you know what, there are many things to life aside football. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Those are his words to his Turkish club. And of course, at this time, he's terminated his contract, mutual consent. And you have to think, this is a way to go.
Yeah, I think that decision from John Obi Mikel is a good one. You might say, yeah, he terminated his contract by mutual consent. But at this point in time, health before any other thing. Mikel has seen it, he's done it. It's been there, you can check his CV. And at this point in time, when you as a footballing nation don't value the life of your footballers, of your players, then you are putting them at risk. And beyond that, it goes beyond just on the pitch of play, their family too will get involved in it. So I think it's a good decision. If the club would not, if the FA, at this point now, I heard they've already suspended the league, what they should have done before, for certain players, some players who started protesting, things like this will not have happened. So it's a good one for me. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Generally, of course, everybody greeted a particular decision by Mikel Obi with thumbs up. The Nigerian Ministry of Sports, the Minister for Sports, and the Ministry of Sports have, like I said, suspended everything sports, everything international, national, everything. Qualifications, even for the Tokyo 2020.
It all started with the announcement of the Edo 2020 being called off on Tuesday. Then down to the Nigerian Professional Football League after the games were played on Wednesday. It only goes to show we can't afford to take anything for granted anymore. Gathering, having about 50 to 100 persons at a particular sport can go a whole lot to affect one another. And also when you consider the fact that even the athletes themselves are in some sort of fear. Some of them are even pulling out. The international athletes are not ready to come into the country. The local athletes themselves are not ready to go through the rigorosity of being quarantined and all that. So it's better you just stay back, let this time pass. Then when the time is right, these games will go ahead.
Oh, well, we hope the time will be very soon. We've heard, a lot of backs and forth, and just like you said, NPFL games was played on Tuesday, and then the suspension
On
came,
Wednesday.
on Wednesday, I beg your pardon, and the suspension came right after that. Well, it took a while, but finally Nigeria, the federal government has banned flights from high-risk nations, nations that have over 101,000 reported cases of the COVID-19 virus. A lot of people have lauded this particular move, but a lot of people also said, why take this long? But bottom line is that it's been done. Well, the number would continue to be strengthened, and at the same time, there's also recovery. We've heard cases of people pulling through, and then only on extreme cases do people really die.
Jide, I think we are putting so much fear into it, because this virus can be treated. It has shown that, and it's only those people who are open to be dying are people that are 65 and above, that their immune system are getting weaker. So for anybody below that age, and even people at that age itself, they still pull through.
There is a story of a woman of 108. And she survived.
She pulled through, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, all this is just for confidence that it's not a death sentence. This coronavirus is definitely not a death sentence. But again, we have to look out for each other and take precautions. Very importantly, of course, we can also confirm that the Olympic Games is still not suspended. In fact, we've not heard anything about its cancellation. It looks as if the IOC is still going to continue. Tokyo is not saying anything about cancellation either. We don't know, maybe they've been able to manage their own situation over there, but how about other parts of the world? We look forward to how this would pan out in the next coming days or weeks. We can also confirm that what that means as well is that the Super Eagles game against Sierra Leone will not happen. No qualifications game will happen. NPFL has also been suspended. Well, so away from coronavirus, COVID-19 virus, we have to mention that last 2 years, 2 years ago, the NFF and Simba TVS group, signed a contract to see bestowing on Simba TBS as the official motorcycle and tricycle company for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And very recently, during the course of the week at the Hotsports complex, we saw the strengthening of such contract again, as another extension has been signed. Now 2 years again has been extended. That just shows you, the level of commitment and the level of legacy enhancement, that we see. Things like this is good for football, Dari. It shows again that the NFF and the Super Eagles are a brand that companies want to be associated with.
Just like you used to say, if the music is good, you play it twice. If the contract is favorable for both parties, respecting the part of the deal, they're part of the deals, and it's just normal you renew your contract. It shows it's benefiting for both parties, for the NFF as well as the company itself.
Oh, well, definitely. Well, yours sincerely was the host of that particular event, and it happened right here at the Hotspot complex. And of course, Amaju Pinnick, just to say, was throwing a particular joke that he's hoping that in the next 2 years when they come back here, there will be much more money, on the table. And at the end of the day, it's all about the money. But again, for Simba TBS, it's all about strengthening the relationship with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. On your screen is some of the visuals from that particular event. Of course, the contract signing.
At Hotsports HS Media Group, we do realize that sponsors are no Father Christmas. Sponsorship is not donation. When a brand comes forward and puts its resources in a sponsorship, it is an investment from which they hope to, get returns. And it is clear that in this situation, Simba is getting adequate returns for their investment, and the NFF has continued to do, as promised, to do more, even in the next 2 years.
We are Simba TVS are extremely proud of the Super Eagles, as well as extremely passionate about football like every Nigerian. We are extremely happy with the sponsorship that we are having of being the official tricycle and motorcycle of the Super Eagles. And we look forward to working with the NFF so that we can continue supporting the Super Eagles, the NFF, and also the Super Falcons. So I thank both NFF, the Super Eagles, and not to forget also Hotsports Media to enable all this. Thank you so much.
We at Simba TVS are committed to Nigerian football, and we have just enjoyed this journey with NFF, and it has been a very rewarding journey, and we will love to support Nigerian football. We are passionate about it at Simba TVS, and we are proud of having again associated with NFF.
Well, today stands out as a very historic day, another historic day for Nigerian football. And we want to, at this point, appreciate Simba Group for believing in Nigerian Football Federation. Our desire has always been to fund football 100% from the private sector, because we believe football can actually run itself and run by association. But because of the toxic atmosphere created by some people with some very, very troubled minds, so to speak, they believe we cannot get to where we want to get to. Well, I'm happy some companies that have done their due diligence on the Nigerian Football Federation still believe in them, and Simba is one of such companies. So we are very, very happy with the association. With Simba, we are very, very happy to renew this contract with them for the next 2 years. We believe in 2 years' time, when we are coming here to renew, I believe they would have upped their ante in terms of what is coming into our coffers.
And finally, on your screen as well is the confirmation of the results of the last week. We saw the NPFL, the last of a long time. March 25, because we don't know. We're here 4 weeks, but we really do not know when.
It's contradicting. The ministry is saying until further notice. NPFL is saying 4 weeks, for 1 month. So at the end of the day, you have to stick with the ministry, because the ministry is more or less the bigger body. Than the LMC or even the NFF.
Yeah, so big shout out to the teams that picked up maximum point at home. Very important that you want to take this break and take it on a high in terms of 3 points. Shout out to MFM. The Soccer Temple Agege, they won their game.
Enugu Rangers away from home, 3-2. Not forgetting the likes of Enyimba as well, winning away from home against Adar United. Fantastic one. What a way to put the leg on break for those that were able to get a win away from home. The Plateau United still at the top of the table with 49 points.
I think Enyimba will give Plateau United a run-off for their money. I think
they have 5 outstanding games, so probably
2 away games, 3 at home, so there's a possibility.
Winning 3 of those 5 can always put them in an opportunity to push, not necessarily Plateau United for me. I think probably teams like Lobby Stars and Rivers United.
So we'll go for a quick break. When we return, it's time for the biggest topic on our burner today. And we're asking a very, very massive topic, a topic that has so many sides to it, a topic that has so many numbers, so many reasons, so many attachments. In fact, this particular topic cannot be discussed in a day, in all fairness, because there's so many angles to it. We'll find out what this topic is right after this break. We'll be right back. We thank you very much for joining us, and we are still on Hotsport. If you're just joining us, remember to follow us on all social media platforms. On your screen, do want to click to subscribe. Thank you. All right, our topic today is massive, is huge. Now, following the coming of the ravaging coronavirus, COVID-19, we're asking the global leagues, is it right to hand the title to the teams at the top of the table, the teams that have a certain advantage at the top of the table? Case study here will be Liverpool in England, PSG in France, Juventus in Italy, and Barcelona, of course, in Spain. But the case study will be that of Liverpool. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, the gentleman will give their thesis statement. You don't want to miss this one.
For every league in procession, there is a rule that comes with it that if there is a natural disaster that stops it from going on for 65 days, then it should be null and void. So I think Liverpool should not be given the leagues, as simple as that.
Interesting how we say Liverpool should win the league before December. And all of a sudden, with 25 points at the summit of the table, less than 10 games to go, we are saying they shouldn't give them the league. Isn't that unfair? Liverpool deserve to win this.
And there you have it, the thoughts of the gentleman. I look forward to this. So the floor is ours. Let's do this, Dari.
I mean, it's so obvious that Liverpool are so vintage and highly invincible before now. And we say to ourselves that they should just give them the league even before the league is called off because of how invincible they are. Having said that as well, I mean, going forward, they were absolutely blistering in all form up until they will probably play Atletico Madrid as well as Watford. But in the league, no one came close, and they are that invincible.
The problem is there is a rule that comes in play. When there is a natural disaster, there is a war or anything, for it to be altered for 65 days, then as of May 19, if the league doesn't continue, then Liverpool has no right to the league. It's not the first time that is happening. During the Second World War, during the Second World War, it happened. There's a team at the summit of the table. What happened? They did not give them the league.
The question is, have we ever had a case where we have the league, the table topper with 25 points, with just 2 games to win the league, irrespective of what is going to happen? Okay,
if you are putting this sentiment into play, what happens to the last 3 teams on the table? Should they go back to relegation?
That is why you
if they are giving Liverpool the league, then it means AFC Bournemouth, Norwich, and Aston Villa should go to relegation.
I know you will get there.
No, that is where we are going. If we are saying that, what happens to Leeds United at the championship?
So having led for so long, Leeds United should not also deserve a promotion. They don't also deserve a promotion.
It is null and void. If you are giving Liverpool the league, it's automatically means if you are giving Liverpool the league,
just asking for a solution and let me tell you.
The 3 teams that are going to relegation should go. It also means that at this point in time on the table, so it's a certain top 4, those who are going to Europe, the 1 to 6 would go like that, yeah? Is that how it should be done?
The difference between Liverpool...
If you are giving Liverpool the league, then all other things I've mentioned should be considered. The teams that will go for relegation, the teams that will represent the league
between the table topper in England, in Spain, in Italy...
If you are giving it to Liverpool, then give it out to across all board, to Spain, to France, to Italy. It should be done. Forget about it. Even if it's 200 points. And there is a rule. There is a rule in play. UEFA came out some couple of days ago and they said that if the league doesn't complete the league by June 30, then it should be not. It will be not.
Euros 2020 to Euros 2021.
So accommodate not and void. All right, so guys, hold on, please hold on. So the point now is UEFA has come out to postpone the Euros till December.
To next year, 2021.
Yeah. So what that means is that there is space for teams to still complete.
Exactly.
If they can complete it.
Now, listen to this.
If we are able to contain the COVID-19 and there is a chance that they can continue the league, no problem. Let them finish and they want it on merit. Not that we gave it to you because of sentiment.
You never gave it to them. No, don't say that.
If you are giving Liverpool the league now, it is by sentiment. If you are giving Liverpool the league now, the last 3 teams on the table, 2 will have 1 or 2 teams to say that they have a chance not to go to relegation.
Okay, so
because they might play themselves too.
What happens to the lower division?
That's what I'm saying now.
I mean, he wants to give an answer.
Now, this is where you have what you call a more or less a round-robin kind of football, whereby you pick the 5 bottom or the 6 bottom teams to play against one another to secure qualification or probably get demoted into the lower division.
And the same thing. I think that's unfair.
How is that unfair?
We've seen situations where teams who are fighting not to go for relegation, and they play big teams back to back, and they get points, maximum points. So it's as funny as that. The league is.
All right, so complete the point.
The question here is, which will a club like Norwich prefer? To play Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Manchester United?
Good. Norwich has beaten Man City this season. This same Norwich you mentioned has beaten Man City this season. See, any team that is fighting for relegation is only fighting for their lives. So anybody that is coming against them, you are fighting against a team that has nothing to lose.
Interesting. When the Liverpool realize they have just 2 games to win the league, then they will jeopardize that for a team that is in the relegation.
It is not the first time it will happen. It's not the first time it will happen. We see teams. by December, by January, we thought that they were going to win it.
Now,
This
now,
is
now,
what
now,
was
do
done
you know,
like
do you
twice.
know in Italy? Do you know in Italy?
Gentlemen, let's just take it one at a time. What would happen to, I mean, the likes of Sheffield United, who are just 2 points away from the top 4?
Thank you very
The
much.
likes of, I'm just asking. I mean,
Yes, and they have a chance of making it to Europe.
Now, what will happen to teams like Sheffield United, Manchester United, Tottenham
Wolves.
Hotspur, Wolves, and the likes? It's simple, the same thing you are doing to the relegation teams. Let
So you
them
play
play.
a competition in a competition.
No, there is no competition in a competition.
That
Basically,
you should be a partner to the Joker right now. You are just joking.
Now the question is,
So they should not play themselves again. For how many?
All right, so
now,
gentlemen,
the
let's
question is,
take. We need to take our final words because
the question is if you are declaring the league null and void. So who are you taking to the Champions League? Because there are some teams. Some teams have played one game less.
Null and void.
Some teams have played one game less. What
Those who represented the league a season ago will go back. Null and void. It means that season never happened. It never happened. So the teams that represented the teams. The league. So the last competition should go again.
Then my take
because
of this
is null. The word is null and void.
So if
it never happened,
let me say
null
this
and
very
void.
quickly.
It never happened.
If it is null and void, then clubs that have been paid for viewership and whatever should also return the money. After what, the league is null and void.
Right.
This is
You don't deserve to be paid.
So that's a lot we can take on the. You can see the gentlemen having a back and forth, and it was actually huge. I mean, I'm happy you guys are watching over there, you know, at home, and I'm here in the studio. I was going to bring out a boxing glove for both of them because it was looking like a boxing bout already. But yeah, that shows you the level of know-how and facts and very passionate deliveries that we saw here today. When we come back from the break, it's time for my final whistle. We'll be right back. What a time, what a conversation we had here on Hotsports today. Kudos to the two guys, Okpe, believing that Liverpool should not be given. It's not over. And in football, in the sport itself, there's a particular mantra that says it's not over until it is over. Meanwhile, Dari feels this team is 25 points ahead. Mathematically, there's no chance for anybody to catch them. Hand it over to them. But that would mean what would become of the Chelseas, the Wolves, the Sheffield United, and the likes. But here's my final whistle. Nobody expected this. Everybody's expecting to adjust to it. The UEFA extending the Euros to 2021 makes bigger sense. I think that right about solves the issue. So I think we should wait this out. I think the COVID-19 would be over and done with, because the truth is, if the COVID-19, we hope, of course, we hope and pray and we are optimistic that it is curbed as soon as possible. But what happens if it isn't curbed till, you get my point? And I think UEFA extending, or rather postponing the Euros to 2021 gives us that right time to wait it out, to make sure all the I's and the T's are complete and well dotted, and then we can continue. So when Liverpool wins, they win. When PSG wins, they win. When Barcelona or Real Madrid wins, we all know they win. And that way we'll not be able to worry ourselves about what would happen with a team having one game less or one game more. All this and more, of course, is just our thought. But what are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. Do what to text us. Let us know what exactly is on your mind. And explore our social media platforms, especially the YouTube channel, the comment section. Tell me, I'll read your thoughts, what exactly it is you think about this particular topic. Gentlemen, I'd like to say a very big thank you for coming today. I think you guys deserve maybe like some cup of very, very cold water and cold drink.
Yeah,
just to
we are getting used to ourselves. Dari doesn't want to face me again. I don't know why, but
you guys
it's
are
all
getting used to
good.
yourself. I like the feeling anyways. But thank you very much, Okpela. Wow.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Always a pleasure. We'll do this again very shortly. Dari, as well to you.
I mean, I think I brought the best Manchester United part of Okpe.
Fighting and never say die. And speaking about fighting and, of course, never saying die, those are awards to COVID-19. For the current victims of COVID-19, we want to say our thoughts are with you. Remember, we saw Paul Pogba and Victor Lindelof wearing jerseys of their teammates and friends to do a training practice. We do not know your names, but definitely we know that we also share the same blood and we are here in the same country. And our thoughts are with you. We keep fighting and praying for you. We keep the prayers up and the positivity right up there. Like I said, we need to stay positive. But remember, wash your hands. Isolate yourself sometimes, distance yourself from places without so many crowd, and most especially look out for yourself and everyone in your neighborhood, but for yourself most especially. This is Babajide Guerrero saying that coronavirus will not be the end of us, and we will see you again next week, Saturday, with a freshly made edition of the longest running independent sports show on Nigerian television. Till then, bye for now, take care of yourself, and look after each other. Bye.